Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy, Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida, too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. A ride.
This is Whipping It Out with Anthony Cumia on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, here's Anthony Cumia.
Hey, everyone. It's Anthony Cumia. Of course, we're whipping out free speech. That's what we do right here every week. And I want to talk about the Minneapolis, Minnesota, Somali, Governor Walz, Ilhan Omar, Donald Trump situation. Kind of a smorgasbord of ideologies and insults and bullshit. So we start out with the enclave of Somalis that have ended up somehow in Minneapolis, Minnesota. You know, you watched Mary Tyler Moore back in the day. She was in Minneapolis working. She throws her head up in the air and you see the sights of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And you're like, boy, things have changed. I don't know how or why or what, but it is little Somalia. They've taken people from Somalia, put them there, all in one place for some reason. Because, and I have my own theory here, if you sprinkle people around the country, people from different cultures, people from places that aren't very nice, they might assimilate because they're living around Americans, generational Americans that have a certain ideology and culture that is American. And eventually, they may assimilate to that. But for some reason, when these Somalis were brought over here in the first place by the Clinton administration and, of course, the Obama administration, and Bush is not innocent in this whole thing either. Instead of doing that, they put them all in one area. Now, why would you do that? Unless you wanted them to get a foothold in this country where enough people are in one area where they can get a candidate, elect them into office. Now they have a seat of power in that area, and they're appointing other people like police chiefs, judges, and before you know it, you have Somalia here in the United States. Is that a good thing? You know, and here's where Donald Trump comes into it. The other day, he said things that were deemed unbelievably offensive about Somalia and the Somalis that have come over here over the course of the years. And while it was very harsh, very rash, very Donald Trump at this point, I don't think he really cares that people listen to what he says and get offended by it. He's long past that, does not care. And he said that Somalia is a garbage country and the people there are garbage. And it was pretty harsh. There are, some Somalis that live here that I guess they're contributing members to American society. But the statistics will show that the amount of Somalis that come here, especially when they're put all in one spot, like Minneapolis, they don't do well. They don't fare well. A lot of them are on welfare. Almost half are unemployed. And what they're contributing to the area, because I've heard a lot of people on mainstream media news talk about, oh, you can't say this. They are the backbone of the Minneapolis economy. And then some have gone as far as to say the backbone of the Minnesota, Minnesota economy. And then others have even said the entire United States, the backbone. Everyone loves saying that they're the backbone of the country. Truth be told, they service other Somalis. These aren't businesses owned by Somalis in Minneapolis that are serving the entire country, that are serving a diverse group of people in Minneapolis. They're strictly Somali restaurants, clothing stores that, you're not going to walk around in a burqa or one of those long pajama things that the guys wear. They're servicing the Somali community. So how is this helping the country? How is this taking a culture? Because whenever anyone talks about how great immigration is, they talk about how the country will enjoy the different cultures and what they bring to America. The Somali community in Minneapolis seems to only serve the Somali community in Minneapolis. And they don't really seem that hip on helping or showing that their culture can be part of American culture and that generational Americans will embrace this. They're very walled off, and this isn't due to America's systemic bigotry that we've gone, well, good, keep them over there. They choose to be alone, cut off in that little enclave. Why do people call me? I'm very busy, very busy. In that little enclave that they have. And from their podiums and their seats of power as politicians like Ilhan Omar, they spout hatred for this country. They bitch and complain about how they're treated in this country. Meanwhile, 40% on welfare. I think more than that, actually. 40% unemployment. And then just to complain, you're coming from a war-torn, horrible nation. I don't know, crime is the number one industry in Somalia. Pirates, they have pirates. Our matey, pirates. And then you get the opportunity to come to the United States of America, all this amazing industry, technology, opportunity, and then you shit on it. Does that make any sense whatsoever? Then why are you here? You really have to think, why would someone come to a place that they feel is against them, is oppressive, is bigoted toward them? Well, you could say, well, at least it's better than where they came from, Somalia. I'll agree with that. But why did you leave Somalia? Because it's a corrupt, horrible, filthy, impoverished nation. And then you come here to an amazing place like the United States of America, and you want to carve out a little place for yourself here and turn it into Somalia? The corruption that goes on in Somalia is amazing. We've seen it. The whole reason that the Black Hawk Down situation happened in the 90s was because of the corruption and the fact that warlords ran everything. And the care that the Western world was sending to Somalia was not getting to the people. It was going to the warlords who were then selling this merchandise and the aid that the Western world was sending to the Somali people. And, Clinton felt the United States military had to go over there and hand out the food and make sure the people were getting it. And I don't have to tell you, just watch Black Hawk Down and you could see how that turned out. And then they come here and what are you doing? You just have another corrupt Somalia. The seats of power are taken up with people that just are rife with corruption. This whole thing where billions of dollars, billions of your money, it's your money, taxpayer money, is going back to fund those warlords and terrorist organizations. And whatever else is going on in Somalia, we don't know. But we know that a hell of a lot of money, our money, is being sent over there by the Somalis that have built themselves a little Somalia right there in Minnesota. And if you say anything about it, if you say, hey, that's not good, I don't like that, you are a bigot. You are labeled. You have no credibility. You have no business talking about it. This is the situation we're in.
Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Payne Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
This episode is brought to you by Marqeta. When it comes to your payments provider, you can't afford to compromise. Marqeta's modern payment solutions flex with your business without the trade-offs. Stable and agile, secure and innovative, scalable and configurable. If they say you can't have it all, don't believe them. Your business demands more. Choose a payments provider that delivers more. Choose Marqeta. Visit marqeta.com/Spotify to learn more.
So when you read that they looked at the American system and how generous America is and said, let's build a bunch of autism clinics in Minneapolis. And then you'll have your Somali families take their kids to these clinics, and the clinics will diagnose your kid as having autism. And then the clinic gives the parent a couple of bucks. All right, bring a few more kids back next week. And then the clinic sends requests for funding from the state and the federal government. And of course, what is guilty America going to do? You mean there's this unbelievable, statistically almost impossible amount of autistic kids coming out of Somalis in Minneapolis, Minnesota? Well, open the checkbook. Let's give it to them. And they find out, oh, well, look at that. It's all fake. It's all corruption. It's kickbacks. And it's doling money out to the people in the position of power in this Somali enclave in Minnesota. And like I said, the money is being sent out of the country. They're taking billions of American dollars and sending it out of the country to Somalia to do exactly what Somalia does with it. And it ain't good. It's not feeding the people. It's not digging wells. It's not producing agriculture or schools for the people. This goes right to the corrupt upper echelon warlords of Somalia. And by the way, Ilhan Omar was part of that society in Somalia. She wasn't running away from war-torn Somalia. Her family was part of the problem. The upper echelon, the seats of power in Somalia. So where do you think her loyalties lie? They certainly don't lie with the United States of America. And Donald Trump coming out and saying it's a garbage country with garbage people. You'd be hard pressed to argue that in any way other than purely emotional, on an emotional basis. Oh, that hurt. That's terrible. You're saying this about people. Every human being has the divine spark of blah, blah. No, it is a garbage country. And at the very least, the powers that be in Somalia that have crushed the ordinary citizen, have made it impossible for the Somali people to have any success in their lives. They are garbage people. Now, I don't know. Are the Somalis here in the United States garbage people? That's kind of painting with a wide brush. I understand that. But they don't seem to want to do anything about the power structure there and how corrupt it is. They're part of it. You know, they're taking their fake autistic kids to clinics to get a payoff, to get a lot of federal funding, our money again, that is being sent to Somalia. If you know that's going on, you're a garbage person. Yeah, garbage. And you're not good for this country. And we don't want people that are doing that to be part of our amazing society here in the United States of America. So I don't really have that much of a problem with what Donald Trump said, with what Donald Trump said. You know, like I said, pure emotion. That seems to be the biggest problem people have. That clutch the pearls and gasp moment when he said they're garbage people. The truth hurts. That has been a saying that has been time tested and very accurate. The truth hurts. That's what it is. When you go, that twinge of pain you felt, that's the truth. And that's what we like to do here when we whip out free speech every week. My show, 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time on 77 WABC Radio. Catch it. And we'll be back next week with more. Anthony Cumia, thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening to Whipping It Out with Anthony Cumia. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.